All right, the latest news break coming in. Rahul Gandhi might fight from Amethi. Well, but the cards are not going to be put down just yet where the Congress comes into question. Rahul's Amethi suspense continues. Smriti versus Rahul in Amethi again, that's the question. But in all probability, the Amethi decision will only be made after the Wayanad polls. Both Rai Bareli and the seat of Amethi will be decided after the second phase, which is the 26th of April, viewers. All of that coming together where Smriti Irani has once again taunted Rahul Gandhi, where she said that he hasn't respected the people of Amethi.
कांग्रेस के एक नेता ने वायनाड में ये घोषणा की कि राहुल गांधी ने वायनाड इसलिए चुनी क्योंकि उनको लगता है, राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि वायनाड के लोग ज्यादा वफादार हैं। तो अमेठी की वफा का क्या, जिन्होंने 15 साल एक ऐसे सांसद को ढोया जिसने अमेठी के लिए कुछ नहीं किया।
Cutting across immediately to colleague Rahul Gautam, breaking this news on India Today. Rahul, the candidate for Amethi and Rai Bareli, as per the Congress, will be announced at the right time, and it seems the right time will be after the polling of Kerala, because Rahul Gandhi is contesting from the seat of Wayanad.
Plan that any decision would be taken after the polling concludes in Wayanad. That's 26th of April. On 3rd of May, the nomination starts. On 3rd of May, the nomination starts for Amethi and Rai Bareli. That essentially comes under the fifth phase. So therefore, it is being, the Congress party reached to this consensus that any decision in this regard would be taken after the polling is concluded. Otherwise, it might disturb the ongoing, campaign and polling in Wayanad. Therefore, this has been decided. What sources are telling us that Rahul Gandhi might take up a seat in northern India as well, just to give a message that Congress party has not given a walkover to the BJP, because that's essentially BJP is charging with Congress party, saying that that Congress party is confined now only to the southern part of the country. But Congress leaders are telling us that final decision lies with the family. In fact, some of the leaders have also requested Nehru Gandhi family to take up this fight, as they're going to boost the morale of Congress workers, they're going to charge the cadre of Congress party.
Rahul, so are the names of Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi still on the table, or are we only looking at a possible candidate of Rahul Gandhi's name to be announced from Amethi post-Wayanad polls? What about Rai Bareli? Who are the probables?
Well, people close to the top leadership, they are indicating to us that at this point of time, Rahul Gandhi might be taking up a seat in northern India, which many believe is going to be Amethi. However, as far as Rai Bareli is concerned, there is still no clarity. We all know that Sonia Gandhi has already taken a Rajya Sabha seat. She has already declared that she won't be contesting this time around. But on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, there is no such clarity. But people close to Rahul Gandhi, top leadership rather, they are telling us that it is very likely that Rahul Gandhi would take up the fight in northern India. He would choose a seat and then contest election. As many believe that this is going to give a message to the cadre, to Congress supporters, that Congress party is not ready to give up the fight as far as northern India is concerned, and then going to give a tough competition to the BJP in Hindi belt as well.
Appreciate you joining us with the very latest. We're going to come back to you for more, but let's viewers for now quickly shift focus to what's going on in the national capital and where the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. Trouble continues to mount for the party. Another AAP leader, this time Durgesh Pathak, who was AAP's Goa in charge during polls, has been summoned by the ED in connection with the money laundering probe in the Delhi excise policy. Mind you, the ED is trying to build a case, viewers, which seems to suggest that the kickbacks or the bribe, alleged bribe that was taken during the Delhi excise policy was funneled for the Goa elections, and Durgesh Pathak was holding charge for the Aam Aadmi Party where the Goa elections are concerned. The ED has also alleged that Pathak was involved in receiving these kickbacks. The cash of 45 crores was routed via multiple companies to AAP. ED has said Durgesh played a key role in the alleged liquor gate scam. AAP launched a Lok Sabha campaign also today with the slogan, Jail ka jawab, vote se. The announcement comes a day after the party held a day-long fasting protest to express solidarity with the AAP's national convener Arvind Kejriwal in jail.
Your another MLA who was then in charge in Goa, Durgesh Pathak, has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. Looks like the trouble for the Aam Aadmi Party is not going to end soon.
Well, it's been 2 years when they have been summoning almost all the MLAs and ministers. And I have only one message for ED. Why is this sham of a summon and investigation? Sab jail mein band kar do na sabko. Their purpose is, if you have imprisoned the 4 tallest leader, one, Mr. Sanjay Singh, has now come out on bail. But if you could do that without any evidence, without any money trail, tomorrow you can do it with every MLA. Not just this. For the last 2 weeks, ever since elections have been announced, some MLA has been raided by IT, some MLA has been raided by ED, somebody else has been questioned, others are getting threat ki ab aapka number hai. So, this is what we are saying. There is a complete tyranny, there is a complete atmosphere of dictatorship that is prevailing in the country. We are not scared of any investigation. You can call the entire Aam Aadmi Party, you can call all our MLAs, ministers. What has happened in the last 2 years? You have not gotten a single evidence against us. The same thing will happen. If you want to put us behind jail, put it. क्योंकि वोट जेल का जवाब है, वैसे भी वोट से मिलने वाला है.
एक तानाशाह ने उनको जेल में डाल दिया. आपके बेटे को, आपके भाई को, एक लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री को जो 3 बार से आपने चुना, प्रचंड बहुमत से चुना, उसको जेल में डाल दिया. जिस व्यक्ति ने IRS की नौकरी को लात मार के देश सेवा का संकल्प लिया, ऐसे व्यक्ति को जेल में डाल दिया. उसका एक एक हिसाब लोकतंत्र में अपने वोट की ताकत से आपको लेना है. इसलिए नारा दिया है, जेल का जवाब वोट से.
मैं कहता हूं, भ्रष्टाचार हटाओ. और वो क्या कहते हैं? वो कहते हैं भ्रष्टाचारी बचाओ. चुनाव की रैलियां नहीं कर रहे हैं, भ्रष्टाचारी को बचाने की रैलियां कर रहे हैं. लेकिन ये सारे लोग कान खोल के सुन ले, ये मोदी को कितनी भी धमकियां दे दें, भ्रष्टाचारियों को जेल जाना ही पड़ेगा. ये मोदी की गारंटी है.
Let's quickly cut across to my colleague Shreya Chatterjee, who's getting us the latest coming in. Shreya, has the questioning of Durgesh Pathak concluded? What's the latest that you're getting in from the Enforcement Directorate in this case?
Well, Preeti, Durgesh Pathak, his questioning still continues. It's almost going to be 4+ hours that he's inside the Enforcement Directorate, being questioned in the liquor policy scam. Earlier today, we also saw Vibhav, who was the PA of Arvind Kejriwal, was also summoned. His questioning is over, but Durgesh Pathak's questioning continues. The reason the Enforcement Directorate suggests that he was called in for questioning is because when this entire liquor policy scam surfaced, at that given time, he was the Goa in charge, and subsequently, because the Enforcement Directorate is looking into the roles of the kickbacks going to the Goa elections, Durgesh Pathak is allegedly being called by the ED for that particular reasons.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Shreya, with that quick update. Let's quickly move on. The questioning still continues where Durgesh Pathak is concerned, but on the sidelines of that, the Aam Aadmi Party coming up with their slogan for Lok Sabha. Jail ka jawab, vote says what the Aam Aadmi Party is going to go for to the voters with. Meanwhile, right ahead of the Lok Sabha elections, a verbal confrontation has erupted over the Congress Party's manifesto, with the Prime Minister himself drawing a contentious parallel between the Congress manifesto and the Muslim League, accusing it of fostering sentiments aimed at undermining national unity. Furthermore, intensifying the attack, the BJP criticized the manifesto, alleging that its contents were more aligned with Pakistan's political landscape. Meanwhile, the Congress has now approached the Election Commission on what the Prime Minister has said in terms of drawing parallels with the Muslim League.
कांग्रेस ने जो घोषणा पत्र बनाया है, उसमें भी मुस्लिम लीग की छाप है. साथियों, कांग्रेस को आज भी देश के लोगों की जरूरत से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. कांग्रेस को बेनकाब करने वाला एक घोषणा पत्र है. कांग्रेस के घोषणा पत्र में वही सोच झलकती है जो सोच आजादी के समय मुस्लिम लीग में थी। मुस्लिम लीग के उस समय के विचारों को कांग्रेस आज भारत पर थोपना चाहती है। मुस्लिम लीग की छाप वाले इस घोषणा पत्र में जो बचा खुचा हिस्सा था उसमें वामपंथी लेफ्टिस्ट हावी हो गए हैं।
जिस मुस्लिम लीग ने 1929 में धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण की बात कही थी, आज उसी बात को कांग्रेस पार्टी दोहरा रही है। यानी सत्ता की लोलुपता में, सत्ता के लालच में देश को कहां पहुंचाएगी कांग्रेस पार्टी, इसका अंदाजा लगाना भी मुश्किल है। आज माइनॉरिटी के लिए जिस तरीके से धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण की बात हो रही है और जो 50% से अधिक आरक्षण की बात है, वो किसके लिए आरक्षण करने की बात कर रही है, कांग्रेस पार्टी को यह स्पष्ट करना पड़ेगा।
जैसा कि हमारे नेता राहुल जी ने कहा कि ये घोषणा पत्र कुछ दो विशेषज्ञों ने बैठकर पूंजीपतियों की सूची लेकर नहीं बनाया है। ये घोषणा पत्र भारत की आवाज है, इस देश की आवाज है। और ऐसा घटिया और शर्मनाक बयान नरेंद्र मोदी देते हैं, कहते हैं हमारे घोषणा पत्र पर मुस्लिम लीग की छाप है। असलियत यह है कि ये वो दिल में जो इतना अथाह प्रेम, इतना प्रगाढ़ प्रेम है मुस्लिम लीग के लिए नरेंद्र मोदी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं का, जो रह रह कर छलक जाता है।
All right, let's cut across now to the state of Gujarat. The BJP in a peculiar problem where the community of Rajputs is concerned. Union Minister Purushottam Rupala is now facing the ire of Rajputs in Gujarat. About a month ago, Purushottam Rupala, who was fielded from the Rajkot constituency by the BJP, stated that Maharajas in the past bowed before Mughals and Britishers and their daughters got married to those rulers. A mega controversy has snowballed ever since that statement, and the community has taken to the streets demanding the removal of the leader Purushottam Rupala as BJP's Rajkot candidate. Even cricketer Ravindra Jadeja's sister Naina Jadeja backed the protest and was seen putting up posters for Rupala's removal. Let me also tell you that Purushottam Rupala has already apologized for making the statement. Not just him, many other leaders of the BJP who've been campaigning in Gujarat have repeatedly apologized. Purushottam Rupala even folded his hands and said he was sorry, but the community is not satisfied with this and they want him to go.
મિત્રો, મને એક વાતનો એવડો મોટો રંજ છે કે મારી જીભથી આ વાક્ય નીકળ્યું. મારી આખી લાઈફમાં મેં કોઈ નિવેદન કર્યું હોય અને એને પાછું ખેંચવું હોય એવો રેકોર્ડ નથી. મારી આખી લાઈફમાં આવો રેકોર્ડ નથી. મારી પાર્ટીને મારા કારણે સાંભળવાનું થયું છે. મિત્રો, હું આ સમાજ પાસે બે હાથ જોડીને માફી માંગુ છું.
उन्होंने जो कहा वो बीजेपी सहमत है. अगर सहमत नहीं है तो एज अर्ली एज पॉसिबल अपने कैंडिडेट को चेंज करिए. बीजेपी की मानसिकता एंटी महिला है, एंटी महिला के सबूत है. इस सबूत में अगर सबकी डिमांड है कि भी कैंडिडेट चेंज करिए तो मैं समझता हूँ कि बीजेपी को सोचना चाहिए. नहीं सोचना है तो वो इनकी मानसिकता है. गुजरात जिस हिसाब से अभी जल रहा है उसको, उसकी जिम्मेदारी पूरी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की हाईकमान की रहेगी.
Let's immediately cut across to my colleague Brijesh Doshi joining us with the latest from Ahmedabad. Brijesh, has the anger of the Rajput community ebbed a little after repeated apologizing of not just Mr. Rupala but other senior leaders from the BJP, or still it remains to be a huge problem where the BJP is concerned?
Right now the anger is not a bit less than the it is continued from the last 10 days. The biggest issue is that the community is not forgiving the Rupala or the party. They are saying that party has only one option, they have to change the candidate. Otherwise, they will boycott the election as well. So this kind of threat were given by the Kshatriya community. They are protesting across the state from the last 5 to 7 days. They are again and again claiming the only one thing, that they just ask party to change the candidate. If the ticket won't be withdrawn of the Rupala, then they will face the boycott. So they are just threatening the BJP that if BJP wants their support, they have to remove the candidature of the central minister Parsottama Rupala. But one more thing, that Karni Sena has entered into the fray now, and they have given the Gherao of the BJP headquarters Kamalam at Gandhinagar tomorrow by 2 p.m. So this will be the biggest happening by tomorrow, that Karni Sena workers will be coming to the Gandhinagar, and they will.
So Brijesh, you know what you've said very clearly is that the situation on ground is only but escalating. Is there even a possibility or a thought, what are your sources telling you, to remove Parsottama Rupala, or at least the BJP is going to go with him as the candidate?
See, as far as my BJP sources are concerned, they are very clear that they won't be remove Parsottama Rupala right now. Even the dates for the fill up the form or for the candidature, Parsottama Rupala will hold a massive roadshow on the 16th April, and he will form the nomination papers. So these are the plan by the BJP. So Parsottama Rupala is going to file the nomination papers on 16th April. The date has been announced. Date has been not announced officially by the party, but the sources have claimed that on the 16th April, Parsottama Rupala will file the nomination papers for his candidature in the Lok Sabha fray. So these has been the party's preparation. There will be a massive roadshow in the Rajkot city by Parsottama Rupala, and the other leaders of the party. Might be CM Bhupendra Patel and the BJP state chief will join Parsottama Rupala during this mega roadshow. So these kind of preparations done by the BJP, though Rajput community is still agitated, they are not going back, or they are not ready for any kind of solution of this incident. So now it's kind of a face-off between the community and the BJP, as BJP don't want to go back, and they don't want to remove the Parsottama Rupala, as he is the union minister, and BJP is firm that he will file his nomination papers on 16th April.
All right, the BJP is firm, at least for now. The Rajput community firm. Who's going to blink first? Or will there be some backroom channels which will now start being activated, at least where the BJP trying to placate the community's concern? Appreciate you joining us. Brijesh Doshi with the very latest coming in. Meanwhile, a little bit more of bother coming in for the BJP, where the seat of Dharwad, Karnataka is concerned. Lingayat Seer has now challenged the BJP in the battlefield of Dharwad. A Lingayat Seer, Dingaleshwar Swamiji, has filed his nomination from the Dharwad constituency to take down BJP's Prahlad Joshi. Dingaleshwar Swami claims that Union Minister Prahlad Joshi is indulging in maladministration, and he can prove it. He also said that he had support of 18 lakh voters in Karnataka's Dharwad region. He's filed his nomination as an independent after the Lingayat Seer community were upset with BJP over fielding Prahlad Joshi. Lingayat Seers openly now have opposed the BJP's decision.
इस बार एक क्षेत्र को विशेषतः लिंगायतों को अथवा अदर कम्युनिटियों को देने के लिए मैंने पूछा था। फिर भी एक चक्राधिपति जैसे मेरा क्षेत्र धारवाड़ मैं महाराज हूं ऐसे पूछ रहे हो, इसलिए पूरा एंटायर स्टेट में बहुत गलत काम कर रहे हैं प्रहलाद जोशी जी ने। इसलिए पूरा कर्नाटक में उनको थोड़ा सिखाने के लिए मैं राजकीय प्रवेश किया हूं।